Every year, all schools are required by their state to administer a standardized test.
The first thing I did was write my name on the paper. I then began to look over the test and I immediately realized I did not know anything on there. I was so frustrated, distraught, mad, and upset because I knew this test was going to reflect my intelligence. Knowing that my future rests on this test, the lack of time management in reference to preparation and review is the determining factor on test performance.
Thanks.
What sort of assistance have you had regarding test preparation?
None.
How do you prepare students for an exam?
The first thing we do is basically cover. We know normally what is going to be in the test or in the exam. And then we have to cover all the content that is required. After that, we review questions. We give them sample test papers for them to respond to. And then we get feedback on what they are responding to well and what they don't know. And then we go over that and do some remediation.
The sort of assistance I had was like before like a week we started our testing. We went to study islands or like do some reviews.
Have teachers provided hands-on preparation?
Not really. Some did, but like some just didn't.
Do you feel that you are doing enough to prepare students for an exam?
I hope so. I honestly, for the ACTs, SATs, there's so much more that needs to be done. In terms of the ACTs, SATs, those are the scores that lag behind, and we got to do more to help our students get to the better scores.
What have kept you from helping your students prepare for the SATs and ACTs?
Time constraints, trying to get through the curriculum that you need to get through in terms of what the school district mandates and what the advanced placement course mandates. Really should be, in my opinion, maybe a completely separate course or a summer seminar or something that's dedicated for students to do well on the SATs and ACTs.
Do you feel that you're doing enough to prepare students for the exam?
Yeah, I'm doing a good job in preparing students for the exam. However, there are some times when, how should I put it? It's like I don't really, on my part, I do prepare them well enough, but unfortunately when it comes to them taking the test, because of fear for taking exams, especially standardized tests, the results I get are normally not what I expect. So that is something I really need to address and make the students more comfortable in taking their tests.
Have you considered trying outside resources regarding test preparation?
Yep.
What are they, if I may ask?
Upward Bound.
How do they help you?
We got SAT classes helping us with test strategies.
Have you considered trying outside resources regarding test preparation?
Yes, I had like for the ACTs and not ACTs, I had the books where I bought them, and I actually had a tutor too. So.
Do you have student feedback on test preparation?
Yeah, sometimes I do get feedback on test preparation. We'll do work in class and then the students say, oh, we did this one. They go taking a test, they say, we did this one, but I totally blanked out when it came to answering the test. So sometimes it means that we need to give them more practice until they are really comfortable in answering the questions or getting similar questions or ones which are related to what they are going to get in the test.
Do you have a lot of student feedback from those questions you open to them?
Yeah, I mean, it allows for debate back and forth, and I try to point out when students come up with a really good question of, hey, you really want to write this down, somebody came up with a really good question.
Would you be open to student suggestions on how to be prepared for the test?
Yes, I approach all my issues with an open mind because students will always give me positive, negative responses. So for the positive ones, we keep it. For the negative ones, or the ones which we normally learn from negative responses, that will make me make changes and any remediation I need to make.
Do you feel test preparation can be improved?
Yeah, they can take the time out to help us with tests rather than trying to fit everything inside the curriculum.
So you're saying they rush through things and they don't take their time to explain everything thoroughly?
Yeah.
How do you prepare students for an exam?
How do I prepare students for exams? Basically trying to assess what they know, what do they think they know, and what do they really need help with. Asking them a lot of questions and having students also come up with ideas of what they think would be good test questions and to try to put some of those test questions on the test as well.
Do you ever ask your teachers for extra help?
Yes, if I need it, but I don't really get as much.
So do you ask in class, after class, before school?
It depends on the teacher. Like if the teachers are gonna stay after school, I will go after school. But if they're not, I ask them in class.
Do a lot of teachers volunteer their time after school?
Yes.
Do you ever ask your teachers for extra help?
No,
May I ask why?
because they can't.
May I ask why?
They're not good at helping.
How do you know that?
Because they don't know how to word themselves. They don't know how to speak to children.